Have you ever been so frustrated with your back pain that you started Googling anything that might help? Maybe someone told you to try an inversion table, so you hanging upside down, hoping that gravity magically is going to fix your spine. Here's the real question. Does an inversion table actually solve back pain, or is it just giving you temporary relief without fixing the real problem? I'm going to break it down what an inversion table actually does to your spine, your discs, your nerves, your joints, your ligaments, and even your eyes and ears. And most importantly, why it won't work long term if you don't address the source of your back pain. Stick around because I'll also show you the exercise that corrects the actual problem so you finally can feel better without hanging upside down like a bat. So why do people turn to an inversion table? They turn to an inversion table because they're desperate. They're desperate to find answers. They've heard from friends that might be something that they can do. They're hearing all the marketing on how this can solve your back pain instantly by getting this and putting it in your home. So there's a lot of reasons why people will get inversion tables, but let's go and talk about like what an inversion table does. So what it does is it gives you this idea that traction is going to help solve your back pain. And so I'm going to kind of explain with our model here like what traction does. So if you look at this disc, when you go to an inversion table, you have your feet hooked in, and then your body goes back so that you're basically getting traction. So you're letting gravity pull your body down. And so what it does is it'll just kind of help open up this space a little bit. So not only will it help kind of open up the space with a disc, but it'll help open up the space even within these joints. These are your facet joints that are like right in through here. So you just get a little bit of opening. But the problem is that usually traction's not something that it can help a little bit. It'll help you, give you that kind of instant relief through here, but then gravity comes right back down, and then your pain slowly then returns. What usually happens is there's something that's not moving, and we've got to get it moving. And so just because you do traction within your spine doesn't necessarily mean that the area that is moving is going to move better. And so let me kind of explain to you a little bit about kind of the anatomy and understanding some of these things. So we have our discs that are in through here. And then we have our spinal cord that's back in the center. We have our nerves that kind of come off to the side. We have our facet joints that are in through here. Now, a lot of times with this disc, what happens is, we can ask people what makes them better, what makes them worse. And when we ask these questions, we're getting an idea of like common patterns that they're doing that will make them worse. So a lot of times we'll hear people when they have back pain, yeah, when I sit, it doesn't feel very good. When I bend to kind of clean, when I do gardening, when I try to stand up from being in a bent position. These are all bending activities. And we typically will hear things like, gosh, if I move, I'll feel better. If I start walking, I can feel better. Walking's little mini extensions, those kind of things. So we can find a directional preference that will actually open up the motion. And we find that from like the better, worse type section. And when you have your disc in through here, you also have a lot of ligaments and structures around that are in that protection mode. And so while you can get a little bit of relief when you give it a little bit of traction, usually our body's craving movement, and that's what it doesn't do. And so it's kind of similar to like what I tell people, like you can go in and you can go in a pool and kind of hang from a pole and get kind of the same kind of thing, where you're taking some weight off of it, you're getting a little bit of traction, but we live outside that. We live with our feet on the ground, we live with gravity coming down on us, so we've got to be able to move with gravity, and traction is not going to allow you to do that. Doing the inversion table is not going to allow you to do that. You're basically giving it some glorified traction, but you're going to come back to the same postures and the same movement habits that you're doing that we've got to fix. So if we don't fix the posture, I always kind of say, like, if I go in and I pull my finger back, and that's the reason why my finger joint's hurting, because I'm there day after day, year after year, I come out of it, it has to recover, then I go right back into it. It doesn't matter what we do. I can give this traction all day long, but if I don't fix the postures that is creating your problems, which is a big issue, which is why when you have one surgery for back pain and you don't really get an understanding of why it happened or what you're doing that is creating it, it leads you to another surgery because you go back to the same habits and postures and things that you're doing that then create the same pain again. And they're like, yeah, we need to have another surgery. We thought, we wanted to do the conservative surgery. Now we need to do the big boy surgery. It's why one surgery, back surgery, leads to a second and a third, because no one understands your daily activities and what you're doing that's creating the problem. Same thing with the inversion table. You're not getting an understanding of what you're doing in your daily activities. And if you don't do that, I can pull my finger back all day long and I can go back into traction and it's like, okay, it's opening up the space. It feels good. But now gravity's on it. And now I'm back into those same postures and it's going to give you problems. So we've got to really understand that. And the inversion table is not going to help with all these things. Other things that can cause back pain, like I've talked about this before, you can have issues in your thoracic spine. I'm sorry, no amount of traction is going to help your thoracic spine. You have ribs that go in and wrap around and it makes it super stable. So you're not going to, traction for those ribs is going to do nothing. So if you have something that's in that lower thoracic spine that's creating some of the back issues, then the inversion table is not going to help. Let's say same thing with hip. If you have a hip component that is creating some of your back pain, the inversion table is not going to help. So getting to someone that understands all these areas to help coach you and direct you into this is what needs to happen is key. Otherwise, you're basically, I had a patient that said it's like whack-a-mole health. You're whack-a-moling everything. You're doing all these things and nothing's really working. It's going to help get you to someone. You've got to get to someone that really understands and can put all the pieces together because that's what's going to help. So this can be another thing that you buy and it gives you maybe some temporary relief or it doesn't help you at all. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I spent all this money and I'm not getting a solution to my problem. So what the inversion table doesn't do is it does not restore your mobility. So just because you're giving traction, it's not making that mobility better. And we always say mobility before stability. And so we have got to improve that mobility piece in order for you to start improving in your back. And the traction is very general. It's not very specific. It's only going to give you traction and then you go right back to the same things. It's not going to improve that mobility that's happening within your spine, your thoracic spine, or your hips. Now, there's a lot of ligaments and joints and there's a lot of other areas. Like in the front, we find that people can have a lot of tightness all up and through that front part. When you have issues for a long time with back pain, I guarantee you your psoas that comes and hooks into the spine in the front part that goes all the way up into that diaphragm, all in through here can be stuck in as well. Traction's not going to help that. It's not going to stretch any of those areas out to help improve that mobility piece. So, you've got to get to someone that can actually solve the back pain long term. There's things that we call our directional preferences, where we basically are moving you and taking baselines and then doing repeated motions and then retesting those baselines because we find that one direction will open up everything else. If you look at like the disc model for the most part, like what happens, what do we do throughout the day? We're always bending. We do 4,000 to 5,000 bends every single day, bending forward. So that's like bending forward through here. So you can see if you're always constantly bending forward, what's going to happen to all the material in the disc? It's going to go backwards. And so if you go in and we're always going to be bending and then we're going to be rotating and then we're going to be extending, you're moving everything all in different directions, but usually there's one direction that will open everything up. And so if the bending activities are things that bother you and we move into extension and through here and all of a sudden we notice that we can move everything away from offsetting all that bending, all of a sudden we'll notice that our extension improves, our side glide will improve, our flexion will improve. And so there's one direction that can open all of these things up that we have to look at, and you're not going to get that with a traction table. You're just not. It's not going to improve that mobility. Like I said before, it's not going to help you with the posture, figuring out like what's going on, what are you doing, it's creating so many things, coming up with a game plan. It's not going to help you with any of those. So here are things that people don't think about with inversion tables and things that can cause other problems. So if you have any eye issues or ear issues or vertigo issues, I would not do the inversion table because the more that you do it and you hang upside down, it's going to increase that pressure in those areas. And so it can create more problems or start to create problems for you. So definitely think about that before wanting to give this a try, because if you're going to be doing it a lot, you're definitely going to be increasing the pressure in those areas. So what are some things that work better than an inversion table? So this one exercise, I'm telling you, is a game changer. It's a game changer for a lot of our clients. And there's a lot of different ways that we can do this because it depends on, our evaluation process, whether they like movement, they don't like movement, they like overpressure, they respond better to things against gravity, they respond better to being not going against gravity. And so there's a lot of different variables in this, but this exercise overall is a common one that we can give people for back pain. So if your symptoms are, yes, sitting is a problem, and if I stand up, I feel like I'm 80 years old, but if I get to start walking, I feel a little bit better. If I lie flat, I feel a little better for a period of time. It may make you stiff, but I notice that I definitely can get some improvement, and then this is the exercise that you should do. Again, a lot of times, what do I tell people? You're bending forward, 4, 5, 6,000 times a day, and we don't ever reverse that. And so we've got to take our joints in opposite directions that we are commonly in to keep it a healthy joint. And so what you'll do is you'll have your hands underneath your shoulders, and you're just going to kind of press up, and then you can even lock the arms and blow the air out. You may be super stiff doing this, so you may just do good with just pressing up and pressing down. You may look like this, where your hips are off the table a little bit, and again, if you blow your air out, you're going to notice that things are going to open up. And so this is a great exercise to do, and you can do it like 8 to 10 times, and I would say every couple of hours, go do this so that you're offsetting a lot of the bending that we're doing. You will start feeling better and better and better. So it's a great exercise because it's going to improve the mobility of things that are going on, and that's what the traction and the inversion table is not going to do. So when could the tables be helpful? Well, if you're looking for some short-term relief, they definitely could be helpful for something like that. If you have a mild disc herniation, you might be able to give enough traction that will help that disc kind of move back in, but usually movement-based therapy is something that will work way, way, way better, but you might get some improvement there. People who can tolerate traction, you're tolerating traction at a chiropractor's office or a physical therapist's office, well then you're going to be able to tolerate the traction for that inversion table. But here's the kicker. It's usually only temporary relief. So if you really want to get to someone that understands how to solve this problem, give you education on what you're doing throughout the day that could be creating some of these issues, then you need to get into someone that specializes in the back like we do. Inversion tables don't fix back pain. They can provide temporary relief, but unless you address 1 to 2 specific joints that are actually stuck and causing the irritation, the pain will always come back. If you've tried things like inversion tables, stretching, massages, injections, and none of it is working, it means the source of your back pain hasn't been identified yet. At mPower Physical Therapy, we specialize in finding the exact movement or joints that are causing your pain so you start feeling better faster. If you want help figuring out your specific back problem, click on the link to schedule a free discovery visit or chat with one of our back pain specialists. Stop guessing. Start and stop trying random gadgets. Let's get you your back feeling and moving better so that you can feel amazing again.